Do we sit down and let change just happen to us? Or are we just watching change happening around us? Or are we aware that change is happening within us? Or are we going to be those proactive people who make sure that we affect what happens to us? Change also produces 4 types of people. They are in this room. First of all, there are people who watch things happen. Now, let me say something about change. This is important here. Not all change is improvement. You used to weigh 128. And now you changed. And for some of you, that's not an improvement. You lost your wardrobe. You lost your ability to climb up steps fast. You even lost the quality of health that you had. Change doesn't mean improvement all the time. But the problem is, without change, there can be no improvement. So you have to decide what to do with change. Change will happen. And if you are not careful, it could be destructive. So you have to determine, what kind of change do I want in my life? And I want you as a young person, as a mother and a father, as a business person, to think about your company even, or your family, or your educational pursuit. What kind of classes do you want to take in college this year? What kind of grades do you want? What kind of relationships you want to have in your life? Who do you want to drop and who do you want to pick up in your relationships? What kind of people do you want to associate with? Where do you want to travel that you've never been? What are the books you need to read you never read before? The changes come with choices.
Wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing change. Change comes with choices. Now, that aspect where he talked about people waiting until change happens to them. See, change can have an issue with you if you are not prepared for it. It can just hit you and it can be very detrimental to you. So instead of letting change hit you, you prepare for change. You prepare for change. He says, whether you're a businessman or you're a young man growing or whoever you are, yes, seasons and times change. But then, are you prepared for the change? How do you prepare? Get yourself some right materials. Read some right books. Listen to the right people, all right? Build some skills. That's what you do to prepare for change, all right? We are in a season right now where there's a lot of soft skills that people need to take their time and begin to learn on their own. Now, you can, on your own, learn stuff on your own. You don't need anybody else to teach you. There's a lot of material online that you can learn yourself from to prepare for change. So for a lot of us, we need to put ourselves in a position where we really prepare for the change by learning, by adding up to our own skills. And that is how we prepare for change. So instead of letting change happen to us, we prepare ourselves for change. And with times and season, when the seasons turn in our favor, we take advantage of it. You see, we take advantage of it. So people, there's a time and a season for everything under the earth. No matter what you're going through right now, just like we heard from the man of God, there is a time and a season for everything. It's just temporary. So guess what? Prepare yourself for the change that is about to come. Now, many of you want to prepare for a new job. You want to prepare for your marriage. You want to prepare for a new opportunity that is coming your way. But question, have you prepared yourself for it? Have you read the right materials for the change that is about to take place? I can guarantee you one thing, that change will come. It will come. But are you ready? Have you prepared yourself enough to take advantage of the change? All right? So prepare yourself and be ready for the change that is about to happen in your life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending time with us here on the Wireless Church. If this is the first time you're watching this video, like I always say, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone. I want to welcome you to our space, our community, where we are learning and growing and developing ourselves together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.
Nothing changes until your mind changes. You can change your clothes and still have the old mind. You can change your location and still have the old mind. You can change your house and still have the old mind. Nothing changes until your mind changes. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. Some people think that when someone dies, that's the worst thing that can happen to you. That's not true. I discovered that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but it's life without a purpose. It is more tragic to be alive and not know why than to be dead and not know life. Because when you are alive, you got to explain what you're doing with your hours, with your minutes, with your energy, with your talents, with your time. You got to explain, why am I here and what did I do last week with my life? Most people are living as an experiment. I discovered that there are 5 questions that everybody must answer to become successful. I discovered these when I was 15 years old. Write them down. The first question every human must answer to become successful are these questions. And every one of you in this room got to deal with these questions. Question number 1, who am I? It's a tough question. And some of you think you've answered it, but it's not an easy question to answer. Normally when I ask people who you are, they tell me what they do. I didn't ask you what you did. I ask people, who are you? They say, I'm a nurse. I didn't ask you what you did. I want to know, who are you? How do you identify yourself? You shouldn't confuse yourself with your career. Your career is temporary. That means when you lose your job, then you lose your life. Who are you? Second question you must answer is, where am I from? Very important question. It's a tough question. As a matter of fact, humans have been trying to answer these questions for over 2,000-3,000 years. Today, they have been even attempting to say that you are from monkeys. They talk about evolution. They talk about man starting as a slime that became a salamander, that became a tadpole, that developed into a frog, which became eventually an ape man, that became a human. Until you know where you're from, you don't know who you are. What is your source? Where did you come from? It's a very important question. And the third question I had to answer and grapple with is, why am I here? That's a tough question. Why were you born? Why were you conceived? Why are you on this planet right now? Why did you come to earth? These are tough questions. And the person sitting behind you have not yet answered that question. Because it's a hard question. We don't even like to think about it. Why am I here? We ask that question silently. We don't talk about it publicly because we are afraid we don't know the answer. Why were you born? I mean, they say when a man has sex with a woman and he releases semen into a woman, scientists have proven that over 600 million sperms rush toward the egg and only one makes it. And guess who that was? And my question is, why did 599 million sperms die so that you could live to come to this planet? Was there a reason why the divine creator chose that specific sperm for you to come at this time? Why did you come here? It's a tough question. You didn't come here just to make a living and pay bills and then die. You didn't come just to make a living. You came here to make a difference. You came to deliver something that we're supposed to have. We got to find out what that is. You're not a mistake. You are not a biological accident. So why did you come here? It's a tough question. The fourth question everybody must answer is, what can I do? What is my true ability? And this is a tough question because most of the people in this church sitting here today are living below their true potential. You don't know what you're capable of. Why? Because we have accepted other people's opinions of our own ability. We've allowed people and culture and society tell us what we can and cannot do. Even living in this city, this town right here, could be your greatest curse. Because there are certain things they don't expect you to do in this town. They tell you how far you can go, what you cannot do, what's never been done, and you better don't upset the boat and don't achieve that here, and you can't do that here. They muffle your true ability. What can you do is the question. And the fifth question, write it down, everyone must answer, is where am I going? This one has to do with your destiny. Where are you going in your life? Where will you be in the next 10 years? What do you see for the next 50 years of your life? What do you want to do with yourself in the next 40 years? What do you see in your life as your future destiny? What's your hope to become and to do in your life? Or are you simply waiting for the next paycheck? Is your life as short as the next bill you pay? Is there a sense of destiny in your life? God sent me here to talk to you, to let you know that you are not just here as a passing fantasy. You came to this planet because something that you need to do is still undone. You were created to live life with meaning and purpose. You are not a mistake. As a matter of fact, until you discover your personal reason for living, you will never be fulfilled. You were born, sir, to do something important in this world. That's why I am convinced that all of us were created for a purpose, equipped with potential, and designed for a destiny. I am convinced that you are loaded with stuff that we haven't seen yet, and is trapped under your fear of people. Matter of fact, some of your greatest graveyards are your job. Nothing can bury you faster than a career that you're trapped in. You were born to do something that the world needs, and that's why until you discover your purpose, you can never maximize your potential. Your purpose, madam, is the most important thing for you to discover. Because when you find your purpose, you automatically find your potential. And when you find your purpose and potential, you become unstoppable. No human opinion can touch you when you discover your purpose in life.
There are many more of such content coming your way, and I want you to stick with me as I bring you more on such episodes. Thank you so much.